Hi, I'm Link, or linktoreality resident, manager for Xeolots and main CSR for XeoLife and Xeolots. This is a tutorial video for those that have purchased or plan on purchasing our affiliate scripts to make their own XeoLife items or furniture to sell. The first thing you need to do is unpack your box. Though since you're planning on making your own items, I'm gonna assume that you have that trick down already. So let's move on to the next step. Rest your object. In this tutorial, I'll just use this handy cube. You probably have more imaginative items. Step 2. Locate the new folder you received in your inventory. If you're cluttered, just make a quick search for affiliate and you should find it. This would be a good time to read through the README note card, even if you're listening to me. There are lots of good information in there. Since it's probably the more complicated one to set up, I'll cover the consumables script in this video. Step 3. This one is specifically for the consumables. Decide what type of consumable you're making. Consumables have 3 different scripts. Eat, drink, or use. The eat script is for food. The drink script is for drinks. The use script is for things like soap. For this step, I'll pretend that my cube is a salty pickle. Just look how green it is. Which means I'll need to use the eat script. Step 4. Take the script and drop it into your item's inventory. Since I'm making a salty pickle, I'll drop the eat script in. Like that. Not too hard, I believe. You're not done yet, however. The script is now in there sleeping. We need to feed it a config for it to wake up. Which brings us to Step 5. Open your config note card. For the consumable scripts, that is the consumable config rename note card, located in the same folder as the script. When you first open this, it might seem a bit complicated, so I'll guide you through the meanings of the numbers and text in there. Sorry about that. Okay, so the first line reads food percentage adjusted per use. Then it has a number in brackets following it. This is where our customers sometimes run into issues, so now I will guide you through it step by step. The number in the bracket represents the highest stat increase you can give this script per use. In the case of a food item, it's, as can be seen, 4.5. If you set the number higher than the maximum value, the script will just default to the maximum. For a food item, as you can see, water can't be increased as much, but some foods are watery too, so you can add a little. My pickle is salty though, so it will lower the water level of its consumer, making them thirsty. You can add only 3 positive stats. However, continence is not counted. But you can set as many negatives as you please. However, it might scare your customers away. For my pickle, I'll set these stats. It's a small food item, so it doesn't give too much food per use. I'll set it to 2. It is salty, so I'll set this the water adjustment to minus 0.2. It is a food item though, so it will give some energy. I'll set this to 0.2. For the same reason, it will affect your continence. I'll set this to 0.1. I'll leave hygiene and cheer at 0, meaning they don't get affected at all. I'll name my item Salty Pickle. It is important that you keep the lines at the same number, because otherwise the script won't be able to read them correctly. And finally, I'll set the uses to, yeah, let's leave it at 5. 5 uses. Uh, Continence is special. It's a special stat in the way that it can only be decreased by consumables. It doesn't matter if you add a minus or not. Furniture, however, can be scripted into toilets. With the stats I've set, fully eating my pickle would give the following stats: 10% food, minus 1% water, 1% energy, and minus 0.5% continence after the 5 bites. I hope you're following me so far. Step 6, finally. It's time to add your config to the object. But first things first, there are a couple of things you need to do before this will work. 1. Right-click on the script inside your item and click Properties. Here you change the permissions of the next owner to no copy. If you do not do it, you will get an error telling you to do so, and you'll have to add the note card again after the change. Like that. Transfer only. You also need to rename your note card and fully remove the brackets and the space of the config, like this. There you go. As you can see, it now has nothing afterwards, it's just consumable config. If you don't, the script will not detect the config note card. You also can't have 2 XeoLife scripts in the same item. Trying to add a second one to the same item will give you an error, lock both scripts, and ask you to delete them. You will then have to add a single new script to the item. If you've done everything correct, you can add your consumable config note card to the object's inventory. It will quickly be consumed by the script and disappear. You will then get a message in local chat telling you what the stats have been set to. So let's just do that. We save this, close it, and we drag it in here. As you can see, it disappears, and I get a little text blurb telling me what the new stats are and how many uses the item has. Consumables also have a special extra script that you can add to the item called poof scripts. These scripts make it so that when all uses are up on the item will auto-delete itself. Be careful with this, however. There is no turning back once the item is gone, so make sure you have a spare copy in your inventory for yourself. We are not responsible for lost items due to this, or lost work. So remember, be careful. Can't stress that enough. The poof scripts are, as you can see, also in 3 different versions: drink, eat, or use, so make sure you use the right one. And that is basically it. Your item is now scripted for XeoLife. Before you close the edit window, you should go over to the General tab and make sure that the permissions are in line with our TOS. The next owner permissions need to be the correct ones for the item you're creating. Finally, I want to inform you of our XeoLife Roleplay HUD group, set up for our peers and affiliates to get info and advertise new items or locations. I also want to urge you to look into our affiliate page on the website to sign up so people can easily find you, and it is completely free. That's it for me for this time. If you have any questions, you can contact me, linktoreality resident, directly in SL or ask in the Xeolots group in case I'm not around. Happy scripting, and perhaps we'll meet again in the future tutorial or in SL. Take care!